Hey everybody, it's your boy JR back at you with another video. Yes, this time it's a story time. This is a story time actually with Whole Foods. Excuse me. Recently that I had. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so my family and I do this thing, well, not really. Recently we've been doing this thing where we host, everyone gets a turn hosting at their home, dwelling, and basically it's just like an excuse to meet each other every month. So, not an excuse, but a reason to meet each other at least every once a month. Check in on each other, all that other stuff. So May was my month, my birthday month as well, but fine, it's my month, right? That's the backstory of why this is a story time. So I decided to have the food catered, right? So I'm thinking about places, to cater the food. Who's gonna cater it? How can I have it catered? What's gonna be the menu? All that good stuff. So I was looking around, and for some reason, I decided to go with Whole Foods. So I go on the internet. I'm at work, go on the internet. I'm like, let me see what Whole Foods has. Let me see what they have to offer. And I started to pick and choose what I wanted. So I picked, I ended up picking on this. So actually, before I even say this, let me say this. They have a section where that you can cook, foods you cook. You have to cook it. Yes, it's actually like raw, but you have to actually cook the food, but they have it like on skewers or whatever, and then they have, I forgot what that section's called, but I'm gonna put it somewhere anyway. But then they also have the food that is already prepared, and then they have the food that's already prepared. I didn't read the small fine print where it said that you have to cook it yourself. So, which defeated the whole purpose. So, here's the deal. I call Whole Foods, the Chelsea one, located near me, Chelsea. And I call them and I ask, okay, is there any way possible for you guys? I see that you have the catering, but can you have the catering delivered? Whoever I was speaking to on the phone, he was like, no, unfortunately, sir, we can't have your food delivered, but you can come and pick it up, and whatever time you pick it up, it'll be ready. So he said the most they can do is probably bring it out to your car if you need help with that. I said, okay, no problem. I said, I really doubt that, I'll need help with that, but I will need it to be ready on time. So I hang up the phone with this guy. I get back on the internet. I start picking all the food. I picked baked lasagna. I picked a shrimp platter. All these, I put the pictures up here, or here, whatever. Baked lasagna, a shrimp platter, antipasti platter, a cake, and I think it was called explosive, something exploding, chocolate. Anyway, I bought a cake, some plain salsa water and regular water, and a 4-pack of kombucha. Blueberry lavender kombucha. Well, so I picked the date because he told me I had it had to be in advance. So I picked the date of my event. I picked the time I needed it done and paid for it. So I like to think positive. I'm like, everything's going to go right. Everything's going to be okay. So it comes time for the day of the event, right? And sure enough, I get there. Well, a lot of things didn't happen. I was supposed to go by car, but instead of going by car, I borrowed my neighbor's shopping cart. I went by and I took the shopping cart instead because it's not that far from me to just walk there and pick up the food and bring it back. So that's what I went to do. I get to Whole Foods. And I'm like, hi, first of all, there was a customer there already who was upset because he asked for some sandwiches to be made and they weren't made. But the payment went through. So he was upset about that. And he was standing there waiting for, that resolution or that to be resolved. And then then I was next, right? And I go to the guy and I'm like, hi, yes, I'm here to pick up my order. I give him my paperwork and he's like, I don't know why it's not here yet. So now the time I picked was from 2 to 2:30. And the reason why I picked that 2 to 2:30 was because I wanted the food, the lasagna part, to still be warm by 3 o'clock so that I can serve it warm. So the guy says, he gets on the phone, he's calling somebody, he's calling people, he's like, your food should have been here. I'm like, yes, now it's 2:35. They said it would be ready by 2:30, so what's happening? So about 10 minutes later, some chick shows up and she's dealing with the man with the sandwiches that didn't get his sandwiches, or what they said they couldn't make it, whatever. And then she's asking me about my order. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, my order should have been here. It's now 2:45 or 2:50 or whatever, and I'm supposed to be home with the stuff already. So what's happening? So she seemed, how when you're in a rush, it just seems like everybody is just taking their time to do things. That's what I felt like. I wanted to just push her, like, girl, I'm in a rush. This should have already been done. I should be standing here, like everything should be in my cart, and I should have been on my way at 2:30. It is now 2:45, pressing 2:50 or whatever, and you're dragging your feet. So fine, she disappears. I'm getting impatient, and I'm like, okay, is there any way you could tell her to hurry up, because I'm really running late now. It should have been here, and I'm getting a little upset because what are you doing? You're messing with my time. I need to get to the event. So he's like, sir, she's coming, they're gonna bring it all out, whatever. Fine. So they come with the antipasti salad, and the shrimp platter, and the pan of lasagna. So I'm looking at the pan and I'm like, that pan looks weird. Like, why does the pan look like the way it looks? So I went over to the pan and I feel the pan. It feels like ice, like it was frozen or something. And I'm like, is this a joke? I'm like, have you guys really, is this a prank? Like, what's happening right now? I'm like, what do you mean, sir? I'm like, why isn't this lasagna warm? Like, why is it cold? And they're like, oh, I don't know, we'll check. I'm like, I am going to lose my sugar honey iced tea. I was like, I'm gonna lose it. You guys are killing me. Like, what the hell are you doing to me? Like, you are purposely sabotaging me. Like, what? Like, so they went on the internet or something and they said, sir, it does state on the internet that there's a cook time or whatever. We're sorry that you didn't see it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't see it either, because it defeats the purpose of why I did this in the first place. Like, I really thought that there was a section where the food was already cooked, as in cooked and warmed, so all you gotta do is pick it up and be able to serve it, not take it home and cook it yourself or warm it up. So to me, this defeated the whole purpose. But now I have to warm it up, that means I have to come home to a function that starts at 3 and now I have to warm food up that I wasn't preparing to warm up. It's almost 3 o'clock now and I'm having a fit. Why? I'm still missing my, I don't know if I said water. I ordered regular bottles of water. I didn't have that wasn't nowhere near me. I didn't have my salsa water, 12 cans of salsa water. I was missing my kombucha. Actually, no, I was missing 2 of them instead of 4-pack, but they only brought 1 to the counter, and I was missing the cake. And I just started walking back and forth, and my heart literally started beating like really hard, because I was really getting agitated and angry at the whole situation. And I'm like, this threw a whole monkey wrench in my whole thing. So not only is it not ready, where I just was able to get it at 2, and then mind you, it says between 2 and 2:30 it would be ready. So what happened? I don't know what happened. Like, they dropped the ball. Extremely poor customer service, because it was just horrible. So it's pushing near 3 o'clock now. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be at my event. And they're like, do you have a stove at your event? And I'm like, you know what? I need to go. I need all my stuff. I just need to go now, because now I have things to do. I have to figure out something else now, because I messed up all my, I need to just give me my stuff. So the guy behind the counter, he's like, damn, you paid a lot for this. And I'm like, exactly, which is why I should have been ready at 2:30. It is now almost 3 o'clock. My event starts at 3 o'clock. I still gotta get there now, set up all the stuff, and like, y'all screwed my whole thing up. And I gotta cook this food now. I'm like, so I was tight, yo. I was freaking tight. So I'm like, yo, this is not rocking. I was like, you know what? I'm going to I'm gonna like complain about this, because it wasn't right. And even, some manager came and she was like, wow, this is really messed up. This is very poor customer service. She even said it. There were 2 African American guys, 2 black guys there, that they were extremely helpful to me. And actually the lady who actually ended up coming to help, she was extremely helpful as well. That food girl, whatever, the girl who's in charge of bringing the stuff to the front, and then she was mad at the guy who called her, and she was like, I was on the phone. I was on a personal phone call. She should be fired, but that's none of my business. I'm not one to, want somebody to lose their job, but how that saying goes, you gonna lose your job. Anyway, so long story short, even though this is a story time, I started freaking out in the store, like really freaking out, because my event it's now 3 o'clock. My event is started. I'm not home to receive my guest, and I have to go cook or warm up food. So I was extremely pissed. So I asked for salsa water, plain salsa water. The guy comes back, and for me, it felt like everybody was just moving in slow motion, like they were just like la 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 la, and like I'm like, yo, y'all should be running. Like everybody in this store right now should be running around, getting my stuff together because. But no, anyway, fine. So the guy comes with the cart, and when he comes with the cart, it has the other 3 kombuchas to make the 4 blueberry lavender ones, and he has a 12 pack of a 12 can box of container of lemon lime something, lime whatever. And he was like, they didn't have plain, so I gave you lime. And I'm just like, I don't really like lime, but at this point I'm just gonna freaking take it because I'm late. And I'm like, I found out later that they had other options besides the lime, and like he just decided to choose the lime, and I'm just like, I don't drink lime, but whatever. I would have preferred this flavor, whatever. I would have preferred another flavor, but not that one. So I'm mad tight about the lasagna. I'm mad tight about him replacing my salsa water with lime, not giving me what I wanted, or coming and asking me, well, these are the flavors we don't have, plain. Is there anything else you would like me to replace that with? No, they took it upon themselves, put it in a cart, and I was just like, you know what, whatever. Just put my shit in my fucking cart so I can get the fuck up out of here. I was trying not to curse, but sorry. Anyway, so they finally put all my stuff in the cart. The lady's like, oh my god, we need to call, I think his name was Muhammad, or I can't remember the guy's name. They needed to call somebody, and it was like, he's not answering, whatever. So then they said, oh, well, I'm just gonna give him a gift card. So they gave me a gift card. I didn't even know how much it was for. I just took it, threw it in the bag, and I just started heading home. My heart was palpitating. My mother calls me. My mother's there. She's at my house waiting. I'm like, you know what? Now I'm just like really like fuming, but I went off and I just whatever. Anyway, long story short, I'm never gonna order for them again. Never having my food catered by WholeFoods again. And word of advice to anyone who does, read the fine print about you having to cook it yourself or warm it up yourself. Even though you think. And then they claim that they used to do warm food, but then they stopped. But I'm just like, really? Like, thank you for preparing it, but I would have, like, nah. Anyway. So, that's the end of my story. I'm not a liker of WholeFoods anymore. I shouldn't say hate. Hate's a strong word. But I'm not a real fan of WholeFoods anymore. And that's my story time with WholeFoods. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, hit the thumbs up or thumbs down if you don't like it, and leave a comment. It's free. Peace.